That's a very good question. We are assessing that. You know, we just whatever happened from shoot around to pregame meal, that couple hours before the game, we just kind of disappeared. Just didn't do the most basic things that we do every day from the first day of practice, and so it was very frustrating. And it was nice to see that we did rally, but I think we were going uphill the whole game in that time, and I think it just kind of wore us out down the stretch. Well, it is. The whole week's been a whopper. We talked about that, setting it up, that we were going to have to be mentally dialed in all week. So we've got to come back. We've got to maintain our energy level. I don't think we've got our heads down from that game. I think we know we've got to move on. We can't dwell on it. But I think we've got to know we have to play a lot better in Cincinnati than we did the other day in North Carolina. Well, I've always been defense priority as a coach. I don't know why. If somebody asked me if I'm a defense or an offensive coach, I would say defense. That's usually where we start, right? We start with defense. Every meeting, every scout is built up around that. That's usually our first drills. So I think it just becomes when you focus on it. Now we've also changed a few things this year, which has allowed us to keep better positioning. So I think we've been able to do a better job of putting opponents in lower percentage situations, and then when we do that, then we're able to have better numbers throughout the course of a game.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of them being from Cincinnati, or like you said, through the AAU circuit, crossing paths. A lot of our players know them, or in the summer like play open gyms and stuff like that. So it'll be a good game.
Circle on your schedule that it's a big one.
Shoot, to me every game's a big one because it's my last year, so I'm just excited about every game.
It doesn't have to be circled. Everybody knows it doesn't have to be circled.
Yeah, kind of similar to what Coach said. A few of us players at the end of the game stayed in the locker room and just talked about our approach to the game, coming in flat. We felt like maybe some things that we need to change up getting before the game for an away game. It was our first one, but whether it's being together as a team, communicate more, not just laying around in our rooms, spending time there, falling asleep, different things like that we're more awake and ready to go. But I just feel like we kind of got away from our defensive principles at an away game where it's crucial, where we kind of overly communicate, and we're overly engaged in what we need to do. And I felt like we had a lot of breakdowns that we can't have when we're not on our home floor. Yeah, I think for sure it was a wake-up call, and we didn't take it as where we just got smacked in the mouth and we're really down about it. It was one of those things where it's it happened, we grow from it, learn from it, and move on. We know we have a huge game coming up on Sunday, and we kind of just took it like a learning lesson, so we're ready to go. I think it would be really cool, especially me being from Cincinnati, so that obviously is really cool to say, I was able to win all three. But it'd just be huge for a lot of us because a lot of us are from, hometown kids, so it'd be a really good experience. I would say so. A lot of our friends and family know players from both teams, so a lot of hype's around the game, but we still got to treat it like another big game, and I think that having our fans there that know both teams pretty well, it'll be good. It'll be really good competition, so I'm hyped for it, of course.
Yeah, there's a few. They're playing very well this year. Owens is still. She drives a train for them. Their point guard, and we have to slow them in transition because of her. And she's a shot maker when she gets in the half court. So we really have to limit her. And because if she gets going, it gets the whole team going. And they have a transfer from junior college ranks, Shanice Johnson, who is really putting up big numbers for them. And she crashes the offensive boards very hard, which is a weakness of ours. Like last night, we gave up a player very similar, 5 offensive rebounds. So those two in particular, but Quisenberry can score for them, and they've got a nice all-around team, and they're off to their best starting year. So I know they're going to be raring to go. Peace. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.